If you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is 1 Chronicles 8:33 through 40, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, yesterday we began our talk about children who graduate from high school and move on to college becoming non-attenders at a local church. We began to touch on the fact that we didn't impress upon our young people the necessity of a daily walk with Christ. So today let's explore just for a moment your view of your relationship with Christ. What does it mean to you when somebody asks you, do you have a relationship with Christ? Does it mean that you go to church every once in a while, pray on occasion, talk about Jesus when appropriate, and ignore him the rest of the time? Or does it mean that your relationship with Christ is like your relationship with the rest of your family, assuming that's a good relationship? 2 Peter 1, verses 2 through 11 shows us that we are to have a dynamic relationship with Christ. It's to be so dynamic that we will participate in the divine nature, 2 Peter 1:4. We cannot participate in such a way if we do not and are not growing in that relationship. And therefore, our relationship with Christ should be one of constant growth. We should not be the same today as we were when we first came into our relationship with Christ. Our children watch our lives. If we go to church and we act one way on Sunday and completely differently in a way that the other 6 days, they are going to learn that our relationship with Christ is only 1/7 of our lives. Roughly 85% of our life is away from our walk with Christ. And they'll quickly learn that Christ doesn't mean very much. And when they go off to college or just move out of your house, no longer under your control, they will model that exact behavior. In addition, it's after we become empty nesters that we also really publicly display how important our daily walk with Christ is. We then start talking about long vacations, or at least short weekend vacations. Our children see this, and if it's okay for mom and dad to do it, then it's obviously okay for the kids to do it. Now, tomorrow, we'll begin to explore some ways that we can make our walk more intentional and more dynamic in Christ.